This isn't just a ranking. It's a prediction that could age horribly or look terrifyingly accurate when the World Cup is over. Because what if I told you the underdogs are closer than you think, and some giants might already be overrated? Stick around, because we're starting from number 10 and ending with a team that could completely dominate football. Hey, let's get into it. This is a ranking of the most dangerous national teams right now, based on form, talent, depth, and pure World Cup potential. And we're doing it backwards. So if you leave early, you're basically choosing confusion over context. Belgium. Belgium is one of football's biggest questions right now. They had a golden generation, but the real question is simple. Was it wasted, or is there still one last run left in them? On paper, they still have quality. Technically strong players, experienced core, and moments of brilliance. But here's the problem. Modern football doesn't care about on paper. It cares about rhythm, chemistry, and consistency. And Belgium has been struggling with exactly that. They can look world-class in one game and completely disappear in the next. So the question isn't whether Belgium is talented, it's whether they still know how to function as a team when it actually matters. Mexico? Mexico is chaos. In a good way. They don't always have the biggest stars, but they always have something dangerous. Energy, intensity, and a mentality that refuses to respect reputation. Against top teams, Mexico doesn't play scared. They push, they press, they fight for every ball like it's the last minute of a final. But the issue is efficiency. They can create pressure, but finishing games is where things get complicated. Still, if you underestimate Mexico in a tournament setting, you usually regret it fast. Netherlands. The Netherlands is the definition of almost. Almost champions. Almost perfect. Almost unstoppable. Tactically disciplined, physically strong, and historically built for tournament football. But something always breaks at the final step. They reach the big stages, but turning that into a trophy has been the missing piece. Still, this team is never comfortable for opponents, because even when they are not at their best, they are still hard to beat, and that alone makes them dangerous. Germany. Germany's not a team, it's a system. When it works, it feels inevitable. Structured passing, controlled tempo, and a mindset built around winning without drama. But recently, something feels different. The machine still exists, but it doesn't always run at full speed. And that raises a serious question. Is this a rebuilding phase or the beginning of decline? Because if Germany finds its rhythm again during a tournament, history suggests everyone else becomes a problem. England might be the most talented confusion in football. On paper, the squad looks insane. Speed, depth, attacking options everywhere. But football isn't played on paper. It's played under pressure. And England's biggest challenge has always been turning potential into control when it matters most. Still, when they click, they don't just win. They overwhelm. And in tournament football, that's dangerous. Argentina? Argentina is different now. They don't just play football, they survive it. There's a mentality in this team that refuses to accept losing as an option. Even when games get messy, even when things don't go their way, they stay alive in matches longer than they should. And that creates something scary. Belief. Because once Argentina believes they can win, the game changes. Completely. Spain. Spain controls games like no other team. Possession isn't just a tactic, it's their identity. They don't rush, they don't panic, They suffocate opponents through control. But control has a weakness. If the rhythm breaks, if space opens up, or if the opponent plays direct and aggressive, Spain can suddenly look vulnerable. Still, when they're in full flow, they are one of the hardest teams in world football to even touch the ball against.
Brazil. Brazil is football's most dangerous contradiction. Style and pressure, flair and expectation, beauty and obsession with winning. Every World Cup, they arrive with talent that feels unfair. But talent alone doesn't win tournaments. Now, this version of Brazil feels more balanced, more disciplined, less chaotic. And that combination is what makes them terrifying. Because when Brazil stops just entertaining and starts executing, everything changes. France. France is depth. Not just a strong starting 11, but multiple starting 11s. They can lose key players and still look like favorites. That's not normal. Their attacking threat, athleticism, and physical dominance make them a nightmare matchup for any team. But the real weapon is adaptability. They don't need one style to win. They adjust and then dominate. Which is why they are always one of the final bosses of international football. Portugal. Portugal at number 1 is a statement. This isn't just about one era anymore. It's about evolution. A team that now combines experience, elite attacking talent, and a new generation that isn't afraid of the biggest moments. They don't just rely on one system. They can play fast, slow, direct, technical, whatever the match demands. And that flexibility is what pushes them to the top of this ranking. Because in modern football, the best team isn't the most stylish. It's the one that adapts first and breaks you second.
So that's the ranking, from 10 to 1. But here's the real question. How much of this will survive the actual World Cup? Because rankings are just predictions. The tournament is where everything gets exposed. And football never follows the script.